Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about my favorite drugstore and affordable concealers. I feel like it's been a minute. There have been so many new concealers, I feel like in the last year or so. It's been a minute since I've made this video, and I have enough new ones that I'm really loving that are affordable that I wanted to share with you, so I figured we would do it. This is also going to be fair skin friendly. I have a little bit of a self tan on right now and I'm still fair, but I am super fair, so if that's an issue for you too, I hope that this is helpful. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump in. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's do this. All right, so I just want to say before I jump in, you guys know, if you know me, I still love Shape Tape the most, but Shape Tape is not affordable. And honestly, right now, Shape Tape is my only higher end concealer that I love. All of the other ones I love are drugstore. I purchase, honestly, besides Shape Tape, that's like my one higher end item that I let myself purchase. I try to not spend too much money on makeup, and I'd much rather bring you guys super affordable, accessible items because I know that I need to save money, and if it helps you guys save money, so I hope that this will give you some options. Some of these will be available in Ulta, some of these will be available at the drugstore, some of these are you're gonna have to order online, just depending upon where you are. I'm gonna try and put them in some sort of order. I wanted to do a top 5, but we have a couple more than 5. So we're just gonna talk about all of them. We can call this the top 5, but I'm gonna give you a couple options to try. You know, does that make any sense at all? Okay, we'll talk about the hydrating ones, then the matte ones, and then the in-between ones, because I personally like the in-between ones the most, so that kind of fits with the kind of talking about them in order. The first two I'm gonna talk about are these two. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer, and then this is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. And these two go hand in hand because they are both hydrating. Honestly, I feel like these are pretty much tied. I might honestly like the e.l.f. one a little bit more, but it could also be that the ColourPop one is a little bit fair for me. Even when I am super fair, this is like pushing it. I cannot believe how fair this is. This one is in Fair 07C, and then this one is in Fair Warm. This guy's actually a little bit dark for me at my fairest, but I have been self-tanning a little bit more lately, so I feel like I've just used this one more. Both of these are nice and hydrating. Both of these are super affordable. I think they're both in the $5–6 range, depending upon where you purchase them. Both of these, you can walk into Ulta and they should have them. e.l.f. you can get even more places than ColourPop, but ColourPop you can obviously get on their website and at Ulta. So I will swatch them for you just so you guys can see how they look. So they're both a hydrating one. I think that, again, I think I like the e.l.f. one just a little bit more, but I have been using the e.l.f. one a lot more than the ColourPop one because of the color that I purchased. I feel like they're both about a medium coverage. They're not the fullest coverage concealers. You can build both of them up. They both look really nice on the under eye. If you don't set them, you do get kind of a hydrated, more hydrated look, but I always set my under eyes because I will get all of these little tiny spots if I don't. But yeah, they're good. I feel like they wear nice all day. All of these ones that I have for you, I really love, and I honestly use them pretty much interchangeably unless I'm a certain skin tone with my fake tan, you know. But yeah, I think if you're looking for a more hydrating one and like a medium coverage, these two, either one is great. All right, so the next two we're going to talk about are the more full coverage, more kind of matte looking ones that I have found that I do enjoy. So we have the CoverGirl True Blend Concealer and the Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Concealer. These two, both, again, full coverage, almost full coverage as I find Shape Tape on me. Again, some people don't find Shape Tape as full coverage as I do. I don't know. I feel like my most full coverage doll like under eye that I'm always going for, you know, I just want like the smoothest, brightest, boom, under eye. I get that with Shape Tape, but both of these are a little bit more matte. I have to have like a really hydrated face, and I always do hydrate my under eyes before I go in with these, but I do love both of these because they're both kind of brightening. They both last all day, especially this one is brightening because it is in a lighter shade. So I have this one in Fair Porcelain, and then both of these, again, you can get at Ulta or online. And CoverGirl is like everywhere. I have the Revolution one in C1, the Infinite, and then the CoverGirl one in Fair Porcelain. This one is the lightest shade that you can get at Ulta, but they do have many more shades in all of the Conceal Define products, and I think pretty much all Revolution face products. You can get many more shades on their website. I'll try and link both down below for you guys. But both of these, nice matte, nice full coverage, gonna stay on your face all day long. This one, the CoverGirl one, does look a little bit drying after a long day, but not too bad. Not too bad. But if that's what you're looking for, like super high coverage, and you're not as worried about it being hydrating and you just want to keep that coverage on all day, either one of these is a great option, and they're both around the same price. I think they're both around like 10 bucks backwards. So CoverGirl and then Revolution, and then up here is the ColourPop, the e.l.f. And you can kind of see the finish already, like they're just getting a little more dry. I'll let these dry on my hands so you can kind of see what they look like as they dry. I'm pretty sure I have used all of these in videos on my channel at one point or another. I want to give this one an honorable mention because it's like, it's a goodie. This one is kind of in between finishes where it is like a medium coverage, can be a high coverage if you layer it up, and it's got that nice kind of in between, not super hydrating but not super matte look, which is usually what I go for because I do like it to look, I like to have it on all day, and I do most of the time wear a full face, so I'm gonna want something that's a little more high coverage, because if I had like a full coverage foundation and then a light coverage concealer, my face is gonna look a little uneven unless I'm just doing a very light, quick, you know, run into the store makeup day. This one has been a great one for forever since it dropped. This one was the original one that was supposed to be duping Shape Tape. I feel like Infinite is a little bit closer to Shape Tape because it's got a little bit more coverage, but this one is really nice. It's just a very solid concealer. When you just want one that's good and it's gonna work and it's gonna be affordable, this one you can buy in 2 different sizes. It's either 7 bucks for the smaller one or 10 bucks for the bigger one, which is a much better deal to get the $10 one. I'm not sure if Ulta carries the supersize in store or online, but I know the Revolution Beauty website does have the supersize online. This one right here I have in C2. I have this one in multiple shades, but I've been using C2. Honestly, Revolution is just so good when it comes to concealers. This one's a really nice shade too. It's kind of my in-between being self-tanned and kind of fading shade, but I can use it when I have a darker base on. I will use this one a lot too. I feel like I'm very repetitive, but again, medium coverage, not too matte, not too hydrating, that solid in between. All right, now we're going to talk about the two that I have absolutely been loving and have been using the most lately. Both of these ones are kind of in between again. These have a fuller coverage though, so it's more full coverage, but it's also not too matte and not too hydrating. Because I feel like some people love hydrating, some people love matte. I love in between because I want it to look nice and smooth and a little bit hydrated, but I don't want it to be so hydrating that I'm going to get all those little mascara spots, because I feel like I can't live without a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes personally. So the two that are falling into that category are the Milani Conceal and Perfect. Oh my goodness, I love this. This is actually what I'm wearing today. So then this one is the XX Revolution Super Fix Concealer. I absolutely love this one. I think it's my favorite yet from Revolution, and clearly I'm a big fan of the concealers. It's really hard for me to find one that I don't love. The only one that I don't love is I don't hate it, but the Conceal and Moisturize one, Conceal and Hydrate, that one is too hydrating on my under eyes and I do get little spots. But it is a nice formula. It's just a little bit too hydrating for me. If you want something that's going to be really hydrating, that's a good option for you. But these two, this one I got in a slightly darker shade so I could wear it when I was self-tan, and I kind of want to get one that's a little bit lighter so I can wear it all times of year. This one I do actually both of these. They're so close to Shape Tape, but Shape Tape I'm able to do just one layer and I'm totally happy with it. I get a lot of darkness right here on my under eyes, so I will go in and I'll put my layer on and then I'll just put a little tiny dot and kind of tap it and then blend it out with my sponge on my under eyes. Both of these are so good. This one, I think it's going to be in drugstores in the UK. I don't know if it's coming to Ulta yet. I'm not sure, but this one I think right now it might be exclusively on the Revolution Beauty website for us people in the US, but oh my gosh, you guys, it's so good. It might be $10. I don't know. I'll leave it down below because I honestly don't know off the top of my head. Then this one, again, this one was like $10 as well. So I'm going to swatch these for you. So good. I feel like I'm surprised that this Milani one hasn't gotten more hype. I don't know. I feel like the only person I really heard talk about it was Kathleen Lights. I haven't heard very many people talk about the Milani one. It's just so good. I just love how this one looks. It just looks like your skin, but better. You know, viewfinder. So this one is the Milani one. You can see it's probably one of the darkest ones of them all. But here you go. So you can see all of those right. I thought I would give you guys more of a close-up on these. So right here we have ColourPop. Then we have e.l.f. Here is Milani. Down here we have CoverGirl. Yes, and then we have the Infinite Revolution, the Conceal and Define Original, and then we have the XX Revolution right here, which I don't know if you can see, but I just feel like the finish on that one just is so beautiful. There you go. Lots of fair options for you. If you are looking for super fair ones, Revolution has, I think, like 50 shades in pretty much all of their concealers. I don't think the new one, the XX Revolution one, has 50 shades, but I know the Conceal and Define ones do. The ColourPop ones are there's extremely fair options there as well. So I think all of these, even the CoverGirl one, has insanely fair options. Like, it's not the fairest of them all. If you're more fair than I am, you might want to go with something else, but you can always use a lighter powder to set it and it will brighten your under eye. Okay, I feel like this is a little bit all over the place, but I hope it made sense. I hope it made sense. I just wanted to tell you some concealers I've been loving because I feel like there's so many new ones that are so good, and we have so many more options now than we ever have in the past. I feel like a few years ago, it was so hard to find a really fair concealer, and they've just been popping out, and there's so many more options for us fair people. I wish that they would just like expand there's so many different skin tones that need more options. You guys know that I love Revolution, and their concealers, their face products, it's so crazy because when they first started, I did not like their face products. I loved the powder products, and that was pretty much it. Their lip products were okay, and I feel like the longer they're around, just the better their products are getting. By the way, all of these should be cruelty-free as well. But I'm gonna stop rambling. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you want a foundation edition or what kind of top 5 favorites you want to see next. Just leave it down below in the comments. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you soon. Bye. Hey, loves. Whoa, no. I like to stay, what am I trying to say? Even the cover,